guys are down on power.
The 1980 sports tune Rocky Mountain Rally, one of Canada's 12 annual championship meets, was held in the foothills country just to the west of Calgary. The emphasis in performance rallying is placed on a series of high-speed dashes or stages. These are conducted along challenging stretches of back roads closed to the public. The performance driver depends upon his co-driver to read him the instructions and warnings from the route book. None of the competitors has previously seen the course. The fastest time from start to finish wins the stage. Penny Lett spoke with some of the entrants.
As with all events of its kind, the Rocky Mountain Rally attracted top drivers from Canada and the U.S. Rod Millen, rally champion from New Zealand, competes in North America for Team Datsun. Team Datsun's Doug Leverton and his co-driver Ken Humphrey are both from London, Ontario. They are currently running second in the Canadian Rally Championship. Also from London, Ontario are Bjorn Anderson and Doug Ort, who rally a Toyota Corolla. A native of Finland, Bjorn prefers winter rallies.
More fun. You don't wear your tires out too quick.
Oh my. You have the strangest idea of fun. What special skills would you need for ice driving that you may not need elsewhere?
I don't really know of any. Just a lot of clothes, just in case you don't make it.
Randy Black and Fred Baker compete in a production class Datsun 200SX. Randy holds the 4th overall position in the 1980 Canadian standings and second in the competition for production cars.
Durability is the most important factor in a rally. You have to be able to get to the finish, so choosing a strong car initially is very important.
Neil Leslie from Mississauga and Martin Headland of Vancouver are slightly ahead of Randy in the production class.
But I hope we'll finish in the top 5, and Randy Black and myself should have a good battle for whichever one of us gets first production car.
It's been a close battle all season. Their Dodge Arrow is 3rd overall in the Canadian standings. John Buffum and his co-driver Doug Shepard are the U.S. rally champions. They pilot Liebherr Racing's Triumph TR8. Inching out Buffum for last year's North American Rally Championship and leading the Canadian Series at this point was the open-class Toyota team of Taisto Heinonen and Tom Burgess. Indeed, Taisto and Tom have been crowned Canada's rally champions for the last 3 years. Taisto is from Finland originally, where he started his rally career.
What do you think of most while you're driving?
What I think? I thinking more or less if we really serious business, about say, far as I can see ahead. It's a challenge against the road and road condition and corners, what we're doing, and it's more or less that's what is against what we running, and also time, of course,
We'll be back for the start of the 1980 Sport Tune Rocky Mountain Rally right after this.
The start of the 1980 Sports Tune Rocky Mountain Rally took place at the University of Calgary. Taisto Heinonen and Tom Burgess, reigning Canadian champions, drew lead-off position in their Toyota Corolla. Cars run the course at precisely timed 1-minute intervals. They're penalized heavily for an early start. The Karma development stage is unusual as it is held in a built-up area and on pavement, 2 qualities which offer convenience to the casual spectator. Each leg is a mini competition in itself, with drivers competing for prizes offered by various sponsors. Next up are John Buffum and Doug Shepard in Liebherr Racing's TR8, a Triumph TR7 with an experimental transplant of a V8 engine. Buffum will have to work hard to beat Taisto's impressive run. That tire spin will cost him. He may not catch Taisto now. Doug Leverton and Ken Humphrey have been driving together for some years. Their Datsun 510 team is second in the Canadian Series coming into this rally. Victory here could send them on their way to the championship. Former New Zealand champion Rod Millen is now living in California, where he has teamed up with Grant Whitaker. Their Datsun 510 contains a new super engine just received from Japan. Heinonen and Burgess have already passed our Stage 2 camera location on Powderface Ridge. The next car should be John Buffum's TR8, but it's Leverton and Humphrey in the 510. Buffum became airborne on the Forget-Me-Not stage, damaged the car, and is now out of the race. An excellent piece of driving by Rod Millen. Local Calgary favorites, John and Lynn Nixon. Organizers of an event such as the Rocky Mountain Rally are guided by strict rules set forth by the national governing body, the Canadian Automobile Sport Club. The competitive portion of these rallies are comprised of special stages where each crew battles the clock to record the shortest elapsed time between controls at the start and finish of each stage. These sections are held on logging and forestry access trails, as well as on other roads that have been officially closed to public use for the duration of the competition. Since the teams are sent from the starting line at 1-minute intervals, the spectator doesn't see head-to-head competition on the back roads. What he does see is evidence of some of the most skillful driving to be found anywhere.
Oh, good.
As rallies are run over public roads, all rally cars must be street legal. They are usually modified to meet the demands of some of the world's toughest terrain. Many rallies are run in the dark, so all cars sport the addition of a number of powerful headlights.
Checkpoint 2, this is camera 1. We have a vehicle rolled at our location. The road is blocked at this time. Please advise checkpoint 2.
I hope you got that on film.
Taisto is still in the lead. Millen has passed Leverton. In fact, he is more than a minute ahead of him. Some of the more dedicated spectators ventured out along the course. Co-drivers run some peculiar risks. Hot weather forced Ken Humphrey to open his window. This sudden splash quite soaked him. In fact, Ken tells me that water is not the only foreign object to enter the car. At various times, he's had assorted branches and leaves join him. much to Doug Leverton's amusement. In addition to keeping his driver informed of the instructions, the co-driver must watch the gauges to ensure that the car is all right. Obviously, co-drivers have little time to enjoy the scenery and must totally trust the driver to keep his eye and the car on the road. After hours of arduous driving over 11 grueling stages, Bjorn Anderson and Doug Ort are still very much in contention. Perhaps Randy Black's retirement made things too easy for Neil Leslie. Only 3 stages after Randy called it a day, Neil took a corner too fast and rolled the Dodge Arrow. Car 10, Jeff Vanderwall and Doug Wall of Vancouver, are making a strong run in their old-style Datsun 510. Rick Herman and Euless Josie, another West Coast Datsun team. As with so many projects, success in a rally depends upon the dedicated efforts of many volunteers who spend long hours planning and controlling behind-the-scenes safety and progress of the event. It is because of these efforts that the Rocky Mountain Rally enjoys the reputation it has as one of the best run on the Canadian circuit. At the service halt, I spoke with Rod Millen.
Rod, how's it been for you so far?
Well, really good. We're thoroughly enjoying the roads. They're turning out to be some fast, but some tight and twisty and rough, which is starting to suit us.
It's a pretty exciting rally, this one. Some of those roads are pretty hairy.
Well, the first few we thought, they were nice and fast. We thought, well, we're going to have to go really hard on here. So I thought I wouldn't lift off for any crest, hoping that it would go straight ahead. Well, we got maybe 2 Ks and one turn went hard left. And we went over to quite a bit over 100 mile an hour. And
is that what happened here?
Well, we went off backwards. And
backwards?
Backwards, yeah. And but we hit a big rock and it knocked us back on the road, and we were able to keep going again. And we only lost a few seconds there.
And with Toyota's Taisto Heinonen.
Taisto, you've completed 6 stages so far. How have they been?
They've been very good for me. I'm very happy how the car performs now. Then I believe, if we're going this way, we will be all right.
The drivers are not allowed to practice these special stages beforehand, and hence must drive the road as they find it, always on the lookout for that sharp bend just over the brow of the hill. It takes terrific concentration, excellent vision, and a great deal of physical stamina to drive flat out for perhaps half an hour over a completely unknown trail that may, at times, be only 6 inches wider than the car. Road surfaces can vary from sand to rock or mud. A moment's inattention and you are out of the running, or worse yet, into the ditch. The special stages are linked together by transit sections on concession roads and highways where the drivers can relax and follow the normal flow of traffic. Their speed and driving etiquette closely controlled by the rally organizers and observed by the local police. Leverton is now in second place. Millen is out. His excursion off the road has done some damage to the transmission. He has decided to save the engine for the next time. Taisto and Tom are still in the lead. The withdrawal of Millen has eased some of the pressure. But Doug Leverton is still pushing for victory. Bjorn Anderson and Doug Ort look good for third place. And Vanderwall and Wall are a solid fifth. Some are still pressing. While others are trying to keep the car together so they can at least cross the finish. First position, car number 1, the Toyota of Taisto Heinonen and Tom Burgess. Second, car number 3, a Datsun with Doug Leverton and Ken Humphrey. Third position is car 6, a Toyota with Bjorn Anderson and Doug Ort. Fourth position belongs to Rick Herman and Ulis Josie, a Datsun, car number 12. Fifth position is car 10, Jeff Vanderwall and Doug Wall in a Datsun. I talked with Neil Leslie. He attributed his role to driver error.
Well, yes, because the ultimate responsibility for an accident is strictly in the lap of the driver. Those sorts of things do tend to detract from a pleasant run.
Randy Black was philosophical about his not finishing the rally.
Those are the brakes. When you're going for it, and someone goes wrong like that, that's a little bit hard.
Taisto Heinonen and Tom Burgess took a moment to chat with me.
You actually get to the point where you can relax and feel that you've got this thing wired now?
That's right, and that's what is happening, you know. Usually when you get relaxed, you drive faster without even trying.
Can you become overconfident?
Yes, but we've learned not to.
Yeah, I like to thank organizers also this rally. It's been very good for me. It's when I won this rally, it's a special rally for me because I've have a bad time few last rallies, and now I